Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. This week we have 3 decks to choose from. The first deck is the Tower of Light. The second deck is the Rider-Waite. And the third deck is the Lightseers. So take a minute, choose your pile, and I will see you in your reading. Welcome pile 1. If you chose the Tower of Light deck, then this will be your reading. Now before I press record, I was kind of trying to put it off, so I'm wondering if maybe this is how you're feeling. I'm also not familiar with this deck. I don't use it very often, so I kind of get like an energy of feeling unfamiliar in your environment, or something that you're dealing with, or like an experience that you're having. Yeah, so I think the underlying energy will be about balance, finding balance in a particular area of your life. This makes me feel like you might be having those feelings of uncertainty, but you're being supported, maybe in spirit. I feel like there's angel guidance. So you have like spirits or angels kind of around you, helping support you to find balance. Yeah, so the first card here is the Ten of Hearts, which is the Ten of Cups in the Rider-Waite. This is a very different card though. It makes me feel like you've been working hard on your own fulfillment, your own self-love. You've been culminating love for yourself, healing of your past. And I think through that you're finding balance, and you're I think when you find balance, or during this process, you're actually, it's like you're progressing forward. It gives me like a slow but steady wins the race, like you're slowly working through things of your past, and you're finding self-love in the process, and in turn it's really it's helping you to find stability and steady progression. I feel like if you're not already meditating, then that would be really helpful for you during this time. I think it would help while you're trying to find balance. Maybe you're trying to balance in your mind. Obviously, it's good for all areas of your life. Helps you find clarity. If this is referring to a specific situation or like time in your life, I feel like there's something about this full moon here, like a period of time, potentially like a moon cycle, a month maybe, or the next full moon. Yeah, I feel like about a month-ish. And then maybe you'll be more in this Knight of Trees energy, I think, where like you're starting to really see the progress that you've made. Like I think you'll get to a point where you'll be able to look back and actually see the progress instead of just being in the thick of it. And then maybe, yeah, the balance will be there. I also think it's going to help with your psychic abilities, your no, I guess all of them, but clear seeing, your clairvoyance, I think, for most of you. I also feel like there's some claircognizance, like, you know, you're an annoying. Actually, what I feel like is you're going to feel more confident in yourself and trust in your intuition more from this process, from healing. You're going to trust yourself more. Gives me a little bit of a warm feeling, so that's nice. Yeah, I think that's it, pile 1. I hope that's helpful for you. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome, pile 2. I was going to get the cards ready, but as I was shuffling, I started to feel a pressure in my head, and I needed to drink some water, and also the 5 of Pentacles was there. So I'm thinking that potentially going through some physical health things at the moment. Yeah, I think drinking water is going to be really beneficial, like in general, but maybe specifically at this time. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep shuffling and see what comes through. All right. Okay, so first thing I'm getting is I feel like you're potentially very disheartened by what you're going through. Physical ailments is what I'm predominantly picking up. Some health things. I feel like there's also, I think there's also a level of like you're holding on to things from the past, which is actually like manifested as physical ailments. So I guess take what resonates for you. I feel like if you can potentially work through these things that you're holding on to, past traumas, it's going to be fulfilling for you. It's going to help. I feel like it's going to help with your emotional abundance, if that makes sense. It's going to put you in a better mental space and physical space. I think that what am I trying to say? When you work through some of this trauma or old belief systems or whatever you've stored in your body, you'll help release it. You'll no longer be in as much pain, and your mental health will improve, which will in turn provide you with fulfillment. I feel like there's an element of joy here. So I wonder whether finding joy will help in this process, or if, yeah, I think that's what it is. I think a part of this process is for you to find joy so you're not focusing on the things that are holding you down physically and mentally. And then yeah, you'll end up being in this place of contentment, which is really nice. I feel like I want to pull one more card. I actually feel like this is affecting your solar plexus, so potentially like your confidence or self-esteem. Either through whatever you're storing in your body, or literally just the physical pain is a lot. I think you'll find freedom. Okay, so I feel like there's a level of ungratefulness, which, I don't know, I guess when you're going through physical pain, it's hard to not feel ungrateful sometimes. Yeah, I actually kind of feel like there's some stored anger or stored rage, something like that. Yeah, it's like putting you off balance. This is really specific, but I feel like maybe for some of you, there's an element of feeling like you have to do everything yourself. You know, juggling all the things yourself, and you're resentful to other people because of it. Yeah, stored grief. And the Empress. Alright, yeah, okay. So I feel like, yeah, like what I said, you holding onto some feelings. You're holding onto some feelings that have manifested as physical ailments. Once you start processing through them, you're going to find that you're going to end up being in a better place. You're going to feel more content, more emotionally fulfilled. You'll find joy in the process, and it's going to really, I feel like it's going to make you feel more whole, well-rounded. I almost get this feeling of like, maybe you feel like there's like, you know, a hole somewhere and it's given you big feelings that maybe you're not feeling right now. Maybe you are, but there's some kind of hole. And during this process, I think predominantly joy is going to help you to fill it, and for you to feel like more of an empress, you know, more of a whole feminine energy. Safe. Make you feel safe too. All right, I think that is all. Thank you. Thanks for being here. I hope that resonated. Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Welcome, pal 3. If you chose, what is this? The Light Seers Tarot. Then this will be a reading. Okay, so I feel like the underlying energy is heartbreak, pain. I feel like you've been hurt. It kind of feels like it could be recent, although, I mean, it doesn't have to be. It seems like maybe you were in competition. I don't know whether you knew about it or not, but it seems like there was some kind of competition. Kind of feel like there was someone who's not very balanced. I kind of feel like they could be a Sagittarius with this Temperance card, although they don't have to be. It could just be some Sagittarius traits maybe that they have strongly in their chart, or that they're just exhibiting at this time. I can feel it in my heart, and it feels like you really have been hurt by this. Yeah, I think let's see. With this Hanged Man, I kind of feel like there's a level of freedom, and with the Judgment too, they are very freeing, these cards. I feel like there's some releasing maybe that you're going through, potentially the heartbreak, the pain. Maybe you're transmuting it. It definitely looks like there's like some transmutation here in this card, and some enlightenment. Maybe you've decided to change your perspective on something that's happened, or, you know, a situation that you've been in, or, you know, maybe you have somebody around you that's continually putting you in this type of competition energy, I guess, where you feel like you're competing when you don't really want to be. It kind of like throws you off balance. Yeah, it seems like someone that you're when you're around, the way that they make you feel afterwards is not very balanced. You know, you walk away feeling a little unstable, like maybe a bit upside down. And I think it's because there's potentially an underlying like competition involved. Maybe you don't realize that it's going on. Maybe you do. Yeah, I feel like there's this like pivoting point where you decide to change your perspective, you change your mindset, you get some type of enlightenment, I guess, and you choose to transmute and change what you're going through and release it. I also feel there's like a level of not having judgments, releasing your judgments on this person or situation, but mostly on yourself. This could just be you. It doesn't have to be another person. Maybe you compare yourself to other people and you're putting yourself in competition with other people, and it's like ungrounding, like it doesn't make you very stable. And maybe you're working through that, so you're not competing. You're releasing judgments on yourself. So take what resonates. It could be either or. This is really nice energy though. I feel like there's a lot of heart healing with like the greens. I'm not sure if you can see yeah, a little bit. But there's like heart healing that you're giving to yourself. I also feel like there's a little bit of blue, so maybe you're needing to you're learning to speak up for yourself too. I guess if it is in relation to somebody that you're dealing with, maybe you're having to, you know, hold boundaries with them, and you're learning to do it with love, you know. but you're not just letting them continue to keep you in this energy of competition or whatever. All right, is there anything else? I think that's it, pile 3. I hope that's helpful for you. Let me know in the comments, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.